Ms. Nesbitt, you are suing to prove to Mr. Henderson that he is the father of your 7-month-old daughter, Zion.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say that when the results prove you right, you expect Mr. Henderson to step up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Henderson, you claim your case is simple. You say Ms. Nesbitt cheated on you with her neighbor during the window of conception, and he is Zion's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Nesbitt, what has Mr. Henderson done so far for Zion?
Well, he buy her diapers, that's about it. He doesn't do anything for my child, but buy her diapers. He does more for my 2-year-old son that he knows that's not his, than his own daughter.
Really? Well, Mr. Henderson, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, because I feel that I shouldn't have to take care of another man's baby.
But you are taking care of another man's baby, right?
Yes, but at this time, I came into this baby's life and already knew he wasn't mine, but I had a possibility that she could have been mine, but she's not, so I felt kind of hurt. So
there's a level of resentment there.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
So what's your relationship like with Zion? Were you there through the doctor's appointments, birth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You were?
Yes, Your Honor.
You know that's your child. You've been knowing from the beginning. You signed the birth certificate. You even snuck down the stairs and signed it without my permission. You know the baby yours.
Yes, I did because
He did what, Ms. Nesbitt?
I went downstairs to go get my birth certificate and his name was on there. I told him not to put his name on there because I had doubts from the beginning, but he snuck anyways and signed his name on there.
Oh, so wait, you had asked him previously not to sign it because you had doubts yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Henderson, you did sign the birth certificate?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you remember having the conversation with Ms. Nesbitt that said, don't sign it just yet because it may not be yours?
Yes, Your Honor.
You remember that conversation?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you signed it anyway?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, he even lied to his father and told him that he got a DNA at the hospital when he didn't.
Why would you tell your dad you had a DNA test and you didn't?
Well, honestly, Your Honor, because I didn't want him all in my business.
Oh, Your Honor, that's a lie. He signed the birth certificate. He told me that he signed the birth certificate so he can have rights of the baby, so he can get custody of the baby.
Well, listen, you understand when you sign a birth certificate at a hospital, you are acknowledging paternity legally. You understand that, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So when you signed your name, you said, I'm the father, I'm responsible, I'm gonna take care of this child.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why are you not taking care of the child and only bought some diapers?
Because she talking about the baby's not mine, Your Honor. I can't be no man that's taking care of another man's baby.
Okay,
especially
now
off the
I
love
wanna
of-
understand that. Your doubt. Because what it sounds like to me is you were at the hospital and you were really trying to convince yourself
Yes, Your
that
Honor.
this was your child.
Yes, Your Honor.
And signing the birth certificate was a way for you to say, okay, I'm gonna stay in with this family, I'm gonna make a family, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna sign the birth certificate. Take me to the moment where you just said, something not right, I just don't feel right, I really have doubts.
Because she kept coming to me like, this not your baby, LaDon. Like one time
After Zion was born?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I came in the house one night drunk. I don't know if she was mad at me or not. She probably could have said it out of spite because I came in late. But I come in, she get the argument, oh, she's not yours, that's why she's not your baby. She could be Mr. Brown's baby.
Did you say that?
Yes, Your Honor, I did it out of angry. I was really angry when I said it.
She said it several times, Your Honor, several times.
But you also admitted, Ms. Nesbitt, that you had doubts because that's why you told him, don't go sign that birth certificate.
Yes, I had doubts.
What were your doubts specifically?
Well, let me tell you how it all began. He had sex with his cousin, and I felt very vulnerable about it. And, you know...
Yes, I did, but that was before her. She already knew about that.
Okay.
Yes, let me tell you how
Proceed.
You know, I received the inbox telling me she said that she had sex with my little black car and they had a baby. And I felt very astounded about it, so, I felt...
She told you before that when you was sitting in the car with your friend, when y'all left from the Riverwalk.
No, that's not true, and you got her pregnant.
Yes, it is. It's true, Your Honor. It's true, Your Honor.
But I want to know specifically why you doubt that this could be his child.
Well, I doubted because we was having unprotected sex for a year straight, and all of a sudden, I had sex one time with Mr. Brown, and I ended up getting pregnant 2 weeks later.
So, Mr. Brown is...
The neighbor.
Your neighbor.
Yes.
And tell me what happened that night.
Well, me and Mr. Henderson, we got into an argument, and it led in my apartment hallway, and Mr. Brown seen, so he came to my door, he comforted me, and it led off to him coming in, giving me a massage, and led off to me And it let off more than just the massage.
One night?
Yes, one night. And 2 weeks later, I ended up pregnant, and I told Mr. Henderson.
Do you remember this day, Mr. Henderson, when she told you she was pregnant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she also say I had slept with Mr. Brown?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, she did?
She told me she used the condom, Your Honor. And then not too long ago, she told me the condom broke, Your Honor.
Mr. Henderson, when she told you she'd also slept with Mr. Brown, but it was just one night.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you say to yourself, well, I know now this could possibly be his child, or you tried to just, you were living in denial?
I was living in denial, Your Honor.
The baby looked just like you. You took pictures with her.
You
go to doctor's appointments, everything, and now you're sitting up here denying her. She looked just like you. She resembles you in all types of ways.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. You're positive this Mr. Brown encounter was a one-night thing?
Yes, it was.
But you do understand it only takes one time to have a baby. So you knew that?
Yes.
And you're saying the protection you used broke?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So at this time, the court would like to call Mr. Brown. Jerome, would you please escort Mr. Brown into the courtroom? I'd like to hear from him.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. Have you go up to the witness stand next to the judge. Going up the steps.
Mr. Brown, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us today. Mr. Brown, we're here, of course, discussing the paternity as it relates to baby Zion. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Ms. Nesbitt, please.
I first met her. She had moved to my apartment building a couple doors down. And I used to always flirt with her, to blink an eye at her, you know what I'm saying? Because she was a cute girl, you know? She was
a nice friend, that's about it.
Yeah, that's basically about it, you know?
But you did have a sexual encounter with her.
Yeah, one time.
It was just like birthday sex, that was about it.
It wasn't more that she used to always hit me up and text me and all that stuff. I used to text her different names, like this Tracy, this Nancy.
Your Honor, she's telling me that it's been going on longer than that. It was more than one night.
It was just birthday sex, that was it.
It was just one night only, but we used to always text and stuff like that. I used to hit her up with different females' names because he used to be around, so I'd be like, this Nancy, and she'd text back like LOL, you know what I'm saying? She knew it's me, you know what I'm saying?
So you all were texting each other even after you all...
Yeah, we stayed in contact. We never
But you only had sex the one time?
Just that one night on her birthday when her and him got into it.
And the protection broke?
I don't remember protection broke. I was buzzing a little bit, but I don't remember no protection broke. You know what I'm saying? Remind you, I just came to comfort her that one night because them two had got into it, so I had went down there, comforted her one night, gave her a little massage. You know what I'm saying? We was chilling, you know what I'm saying? When I was massaging her, my hands lay at the other places, and you know what happened after that?
Yeah. So now, what happened when she got pregnant?
She had texted me and told me, like, I got something to tell you. I'm like, tell me. She was like, then she's like, I'm embarrassed. So I'm like, don't be embarrassed, tell me. She was like, I'm pregnant, it could be you or dying baby.
So at this point, you've been honest with both men.
Yes.
And they both know they are potential fathers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Baby Zion is born. And who steps up to the plate for her?
I stepped up to the plate for her, Your Honor.
It ain't my baby, so I ain't stepping up to no plate.
So, Mr. Brown, you said it's not your...
Because I had a condom on, and look at her. She looked just like him. She a beautiful baby. She looked just like him, you know what I'm saying? She ain't got much... Let me show you right here.
What did you bring, Mr. Brown?
Evidence.
All right. This is a picture of...
Me on the right and her on the left, yeah, it is. She looked nothing like me at all. Ear, look at her cheeks, nothing. Lips, nose.
So you submit to the court that she doesn't look anything like you, in your opinion?
Nothing like me. One day she had told me she didn't want to take them. First she used to always ask me, like, do you mind taking a test? I'm like, yeah. Then one day she called, texted me like, you don't need to take no test because I know it's his baby.
No, you...
I guess she didn't want to hurt his feelings or something.
He's the one that called me and
So wait, initially, she asked you to take a test. Do you mind taking a paternity test?
Yeah, and I used to always tell her what I tell her. I don't mind taking a test.
Your Honor, that's not true. He called me and said that we should take a DNA test, and I told him no. He said that's unfair.
Because she done already told me a couple times already to take a test. And you already told me and texted me that it might be my baby. So, you know what I'm saying? I got 4 kids already. I don't mind taking care of another one. You know what I'm saying? But, you know.
4 kids already.
Yeah, and I don't mind taking care of another one. What's one more, you know?
So the bottom line is you were saying, I don't mind taking the test. So at that point that you were going to submit to the test and you said, I don't mind taking care of another one, you had an inkling that there is a potential at least that it could be yours?
Yes, so that's why I was worried. That's why I kept in contact with her.
But you
She
said
always had
y'all
number.
said y'all used the condom. So how
We did use the condom, you know what I'm saying? But things happen, you know what I'm saying?
So you've remained steadfast, Ms. Nesbitt, that this could be either one's child.
Yes, but I'm like more of 100% sure that it's Don's child.
Now she done got my head all geek thinking this might be, you know what I'm saying? I want her to get this tattoo
She
over with.
got
so I can
me
get it
up
over
here
with.
confused, Your Honor.
Yeah, she got me confused too. And then when they get into it, you know what I'm saying? She write little things on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? And then when I hit her up, as soon as I get on the phone with her, I'll see her put something on Facebook and it be about me.
So you think she's trying to maintain contact with you, stay close to you because there's a potential you may be the child's father?
Yeah,
I know LaDon is the father. He just needs to step up to the plate and face it that you're the father. He looks just like
I'm not about to step up to the plate if you keep telling me it's Mr. Brown's child. No.
But Ms. Nesbitt, you have to admit, you know, the point where you get into the argument and you say, it's not your baby, it's somebody else's baby, he's not gonna forget that.
She told me several
But he
times
takes
that it
care
wasn't my baby,
He
Your
takes
Honor.
care of my baby that he know that's not his, which is my son. He takes care of him. If we went shopping,
Yes,
he bought
but you
my
didn't
son
cheat
5
on me
pairs
and
of
have
outfits,
him,
and he
though.
only bought his daughter only one.
You didn't cheat on me and have him, though. So it's a difference. I got
it's
I
not a
got
difference.
feelings, too.
Well, what he's trying to express, and look, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but I'm trying to understand the situation. This is why I'm here, is to help you all each understand the other person's position. What he's saying is there's a level of resentment that he feels as it relates to baby Zion. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So maybe he's not as involved because he truly has a question relating to her paternity.
Yes, Your Honor.
Part of that you validated because you have a question.
Yes.
And I wants to be her father.
You
He
do.
knows.
But she's
baby
nuts.
is.
Every time I come in the houses, it's something else.
So you do want to be baby Zion's father?
Yes, you hear what she's saying? Every
His
time
baby
it's
looks
about
just
my
like
cousin.
his cousin
Or is
his
she
son,
not my
and
baby?
he tells me that all the time. Yes, they look alike. So I know that this is his baby. His baby look just like his cousin/son.
Oh, I just caught that. And I'm gonna leave it alone. So, Mr. Brown, your hopes today, I just want to be clear, is that you are or you are not?
I think I'm not the father, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I just want to hurry up and get this over with. There's too much going on. Too much going on, you know what I'm saying? Then I got him hit me up on Facebook. See, I had to block him on Facebook. I had to block him twice on Facebook.
Yeah, because
Let me
I
see
told
this
you to come
evidence.
get your daughter, because
I
I'm
don't-
not about
he
to
did.
know, bro.
You're not- I don't want my daughter
I'm a
to
real
be
man, bro.
Wait a minute, now you're having a Facebook feud? What
No,
is
it
this
wasn't
about?
no Facebook fruits. I just told him, like, bro, come get your child. You feel me? This is not my child. She's telling me that this child is not mine. I'm not about to sit there. I'm a real man.
Well-
I'm not gonna have her calling me daddy or nothing. Like, hold on, I'm not your
I just
father.
don't want my
That's
daughter
your
to be
father.
fatherless, and I just want to find out today who my baby father is.
I just want to go out, get over with, you know what I'm saying? Corinne can go on with their life. I hope he is the father, you know what I'm saying? They can live a happy family, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I understand where he coming from, but the happy family, she gotta stop doing the things she do. Sometimes it don't be about the child, you feel me?
All right, let's just acknowledge this. The level of animosity and confusion surrounding baby Zion's paternity is real. And you know that.
Yes.
You've admitted that. That's why this courtroom exists. And some mothers come in here and they will say, and Jerome can attest to this, no, I know for certain, it was nobody else, You came into court and said, look, I have a dilemma. I did sleep with 2 men during the window of conception, and I need an answer, and I have those answers for you. Are you ready for the results?
Yes.
Your Honor.
All right,
Yes.
throw in the envelope, please. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows.
Please.
In the case of Nesbitt versus Henderson, when it comes to 7-month-old Zion Nesbitt, Mr. Brown, you are not her father.
Oh, hey, I told
Okay,
you.
sit down, Mr. Brown. Your name
rhymes.
rhymes with clown,
I'm
but
ready,
you're
I'm
not
ready.
gonna clown today.
I'm just ready to go
calm
home.
down.
I'm just glad it's
Mr.
time.
Calm down. Mr. Henderson, you are her father.
Told you was her father from the beginning.
Are you happy?
Yes, I mean, I love to be her father, but if she can't change, I'ma leave. But I'ma still do for her, though. I'ma still do for my daughter because I'm not that guy. This will be my only child.
You all now have a child together. There's a level of immaturity that is reeking in this relationship. I mean, it is just, you all just silly with it all. But you're making babies.
I mean, we make babies as long as they get taken care of, because some guys out here will just make a baby and be like, I'm gone.
Ms. Nesbitt, you gotta own too, this level of resentment you feel for Mr. Henderson, you gotta let that go. Because you told him from the jump, don't sign the birth certificate because it could be somebody else's, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Today's a new day. Today we know. Now you have to move forward. You all have to learn how to co-parent. This is a beautiful little girl. You don't want her standing here one day, Ms. Nesbitt, right in front of me. You want her to be in a different position, right, than you are. So that means you two have to work together. We have counseling for you, resources to help you figure out how to co-parent together. But get yourselves together.
Okay.
She needs you guys, all right?
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
I wish you the best of luck. Court is adjourned. Ms. Miles, you say growing up you thought the man you believe is your biological father was dead.
Yes, Your
Until
Honor.
3 years ago when you discovered he was alive. You reached out to him only to have your heart broken when he denied being your dad. You and your mother are here to prove that Mr. Fullilove, whom you have never met, is your father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fullilove and his wife are here today. Are you ready to see him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Jerome, will you please escort Mr. Fullilove and his wife in?
Yes, Your Honor. Hello, folks.
So, Ms. Miles, your whole childhood, you believed your father was deceased. Explain.
My mom told me Mr. Fullilove was my father at an early age. And the rumor in the town that we grew up in said that Mr. Fullilove was deceased. And that's what I was led to believe because my mom hadn't seen him since she said he seen me when I was born. So I believed he was deceased.
How did you find out he was alive?
A friend of the family, we ran into each other at the store. He heard the rumor that Mr. Fullilove was deceased. So we talked about Mr. Fullilove, and he said him and Mr. Fullilove are friends. So he gave me Mr. Fullilove's number, and we tried to reach Mr. Fullilove on numerous occasions, text messages, calls, voicemails, pictures, and I didn't hear from Mr. Fullilove.
And so, how long does it take you to actually get in touch with him?
Almost 3 years.
And so for 3 years, you're just, waiting every day, wondering, is this the day he's gonna call me back?
Yes, sure. I have a Facebook post on the night he called. I posted on Facebook prior to him calling. Well, I called him first, and he called me back 20 minutes later after I made the Facebook post. May I read a little bit of it?
Absolutely.
It says, as tears wet my pillow, all I can do is dwell on my father, whom I've never met. You have no idea how broken I am inside due to your absence. You have no idea how I had to confide in me and who abandoned me. You have no idea what it was like watching all my siblings meet their biological father, all except for me. I may not ever meet you, but I still love you, Pops.
That's so beautiful.
And so you wrote that.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then you get a call back.
Yes, Your Honor.
When you speak to him for the first time, how does that feel?
It was a relief. It was a relief because, I never thought it would happen. It had been so long. I never thought it would happen because we tried to reach him a lot of times.
He don't do Facebook, so.
Okay, and so
he wouldn't
Mr.
have saw that.
Fullilove, what made you finally call back and why did it take 3 years?
When I did get it, it devastated me also,
Really?
And it devastated me
Really? I even called you several times myself. He knew. The friend that my daughter is referring to came to me and said Jesse called him and told him, why did you give that woman my number?
That was 25 years later, though, right?
Because of my wife is a Christian and she might not like this. Okay, your wife is a Christian. This happened 25 years ago. He wasn't even married to this woman. So if his wife is the perfect Christian, she should accept my daughter because I'm 1,000% sure that he is her father.
And so, can you take me back? I want to understand the nature of your relationship.
It ain't the thing about accepting her and the perfect Christian. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe it.
I want to understand the nature of your
relationship. The Christian thing to do is you don't just grab people's kids.
That she is his daughter.
You know, because they say they pregnant, especially when I hear that she's a promiscuous woman, had a boyfriend, already had a baby.
You know what?
So why? We gonna believe this one is ours.
He enjoyed it every night.
That's all right. I heard it was one night.
Okay, then.
I heard it was one night.
Okay, so now can you take me back to the nature of this relationship?
Of course. Me and his only son, his only child at the moment, were best friends in junior high school.
You were best friends with his son?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And my son had just passed away when I.
I'm talking, okay?
No, baby.
His son was killed by a train.
Yeah, my son had just passed away.
Jesse came into town for the funeral, and I was standing on the corner, me and two other friends, we were dancing. Mr. Fullilove, Jesse, stopped. And I was dancing, and he told me, can you bag it up? And I broke it down. He gave me his cell phone number, and 2 or 3 weeks later, I was in bed with this man. So where the one night come from? No.
What?
I was with him
The
nightly.
one night came from
I
you.
was with him nightly.
And you slept with your best friend's father?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Many of times. Many of times.
Your Honor.
You didn't come here to lie.
Many of times.
Okay. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. So you slept with your best friend's father?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
After your best friend's funeral?
3 weeks after, to be exact.
Mr. Fullilove, do you remember asking Miss Miles to back it up?
Well, she was backing it up now.
Exactly.
She was backing
So you remember that?
She was backing up and driving it down.
Oh!
Sure was.
Oh!
She was backing up and driving it down.
And I had your nose wide open when I was bagging it up and dropping it down.
She was backing up and driving it down.
And so you just had to give in at some point?
I did give in.
Okay.
But only one night, right?
And so how many times did you give in?
One time, Your Honor. One time. But not only this, she had a boyfriend.
Sure did. Sure did.
And I found out she already had a baby.
Sure did. Yes, I did. And you knew all of this.
No, I didn't.
You knew all of this, and you kept right on sleeping.
So wait a minute.
I didn't know she had no baby,
Wait. So, Ms. Miles, this is important though. If you had a boyfriend, but you were also sleeping with Mr. Fullilove, why do you believe Mr. Fullilove is your child's biological father?
Where he at?
Yeah.
Well, he's dead. But
I'm
I know
sorry. I
who
didn't know that,
made
but yeah.
Kendall.
But I'm saying,
but where
did you
he-
also tell this other man before his passing that he could be your daughter's biological father?
No.
And
when
why?
When Kendall was born,
Right.
he looked at Kendall. He said, Evelyn, Kendall is not mine because she is too dark.
But we know we can't go off of skin tone.
And at that
We know that.
You can't
at
go
that
back-
time, Your Honor, me and him had stopped seeing
And if we
each
gonna
other.
go by skin tone,
Me- at
she
that
ain't the
time, Your Honor,
same
me and him
skin
had
tone
stopped
as he
seeing each
is.
other. Me and Jesse was together every night. Jesse stayed in Crenshaw over a year. And yes, you
Lord
did.
have mercy.
Over a year. The whole year that he was there, Your Honor, we slept
She
together.
wasn't born then.
But I mean, listen,
You saw her pregnant
this
then.
has been a 25-year long
And I knew about her. She ain't tell me.
Your Honor, don't make me do you
would've
up
saw
in
her
this court.
Do me up in here.
You are lying. You are lying.
Do me up.
Kendall was only 2 months old. Me and my mother was sitting on my porch. You came over there. Is that my baby? And I told you yes. And he rolled off into the sunset.
You think I would left my? You think I would left my baby?
You did.
Think I would left my baby?
You didn't even hold her. You looked at her.
No, I didn't.
And this my baby.
I ain't never saw her.
And you ran off, and we haven't seen you until today.
Right, I ain't never saw her.
And so, Ms. Miles, as you say that, I can see that brings tears to your eyes.
It does, because he's sitting up here denying her. He had a chance, Your Honor, had just lost a son.
Yeah.
You had a daughter, and you know Kendall yours.
And you say you remember the day he came up to the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And I did a good job at raising Kendall without your help.
I didn't know she had no kids, Your Honor.
You said you did earlier now.
But hold on, Mr. Fullilove. Do you remember the day you pulled up on her mother's house?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
You don't remember that?
No, I
so
don't.
is it your testimony that after having a sexual relationship with this young woman, you never even knew she was pregnant?
Never.
You never knew Kendall was born?
Never.
And you were never notified until that day Kendall reached out to you.
I'm so glad she did.
Yeah. Your Honor.
No, we need to find out.
Your Honor.
Can we find out?
I need to find out. Kendall was going through something, and she talked to me for maybe an hour, and she pulled her heart out.
And you still was not a father to her. You missed birthdays,
We don't know. We don't know.
Birthday of
Let
your
us find out.
grandson. He knew.
If she.
All right, I've heard enough. I've heard enough.
Okay.
I'm sitting here now looking at Kendall. Miss Miles, I know this is difficult for you, and this is a lot for you to hear. This is a lot.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, for a young woman who's waited so long to meet the man that she's been told her entire life is her biological father, and then have to endure listening to this testimony, I know that's not easy. Can you look at Mr. Fullilove? And I want you to tell him what you needed as a young woman. And just listen, Mr. Fullilove.
I needed you to be there. Like, I didn't have no male figure there. I needed you, like, I needed your presence. I needed your voice. I needed your touch. I just needed you to be there physically. Because my mom, she was there, but there wasn't enough. It still was a void in my life. And that's why I kept on praying, and I just kept on having faith that one day this day would come to pass. And I'm glad it's here, because I need to be relieved. I want to be free. And I need you. My son needs you.
Got a son?
Yes. You missed a lot. It's been 25 years. I'm an adult now. It's been rough. It's been a long time coming.
Why your mother didn't reach out to me?
I don't know.
She said I was your father.
Your Honor, I called this man, left voice messages on his phone. Can you remember this? I called him. I called you, Jesse, several times.
You don't know.
I had some of your friends searching for his mother. Come to find out that she had died. I did try to find you. Yes, I did. And I shouldn't have to try to find you if you had stepped in when she was 2 months old and got you a DNA if you was in doubt that Kendall was yours.
But Ms. Miles, I also have to ask you.
I didn't know you had no other kid. Did I know you
Mr. Fullilove?
Did I know you have another
Mr.
kid?
Fullilove.
Yes.
Mr. Fullilove. I run this court.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I mean.
That's all right. I have a lot of testosterone. I know.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
But look, I get it.
Young, I'm sorry.
It doesn't bother me. All I want you to do is be quiet.
I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Miles, I have to ask you respectfully. There was another guy. There was a boyfriend. So how do you know Mr. Fullilove is your daughter's biological father? It can't just be by that young man looking at her and going, you know what, this baby's not mine. We can't go off of that.
I know who got me pregnant. I know where it was.
We don't need no DNA.
The date and everything. So you just be quiet.
We don't need no DNA.
Yeah, just be quiet. Well, we need one. Because I don't want you to have any doubts.
I've heard enough testimony. I mean, the real truth is, you know, Mr. Fullilove, 25 years have gone by and this young woman has been told, right or wrong, all her life that you were her biological father, but the majority of the time they thought you had passed away.
Hey, there.
What are your hopes for today?
I hope that Kendall's my daughter.
You
I really do. Because she's a beautiful young lady.
Yes, I did. Great.
She is.
Sure did.
That she is.
I did a beautiful job with her by myself.
Yeah, if he the father, you did do it by
I do it by myself.
And so hold on. What are your hopes, Kendall?
I hope that he is my father so that I can have closure and we can build a relationship after all this time and just go from there.
All right. I feel like I've heard enough testimony. It's time we get the results.
Get the results.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. It has been determined by this court. Mr. Fullilove, you are the father.
That's your daughter.
That is your
And she's a
beautiful, beautiful
lady.
daughter.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Kendall.
Nice to meet you.
You're a beautiful lady. Could I get a hug? Get a hug.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
Judge. Thank you, Judge.
We apologize, Miss Miles.
It's accepted.
It's accepted. Could we get a hug? Because we're going to have to be cordial. We're going to have to be cordial.
You did a great job. I'm sorry.
I accept your apology.
That was wonderful. Thank you for that moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And so, Ms. Miles, how does it feel?
Oh, it feels awesome. I got a dad.
Oh. I love that.